Welcome to a captivating journey through the dawn of creation, a tale of beauty, temptation, and the profound consequences of choice. Our story begins with the creation of the world, a masterpiece brought to life by the hands of God. Witness the birth of the sun, the moon, and the stars, the separation of water from land, and the emergence of life in all its magnificent forms. Follow the footsteps of Adam and Eve as they explore the breathtaking Garden of Eden, experience the joy of companionship, and face the ultimate test of obedience. As we delve into this timeless narrative, you'll see the harmony of paradise, the cunning of the serpent, and the pivotal moment that changed the course of human history. This video not only retells a foundational story but also invites reflection on its enduring lessons. Stay with us until the end to fully experience the rise and fall of the first humans and discover how their story resonates with our own lives today. This is more than just a story. It's an exploration of the human condition, the complexities of free will, and the enduring power of faith. Watch now and immerse yourself in the tale of Adam and Eve. When God created the world, He made the sun to light up the day, the moon to illuminate the night, and the stars to sparkle in the sky. The sun's warm rays gave life to all things, while the moon and stars provided a gentle glow during the dark hours. God separated the vast, endless waters, gathering them into seas, lakes, and rivers, and drew forth dry land, forming continents and islands. He sculpted towering mountains that reached towards the heavens and laid out rolling plains and fertile valleys. He filled the land with lush forests, teeming with life, where trees of all kinds stretched their branches towards the sky. God created an incredible variety of plants and flowers, each unique in size, shape, and color. Some plants were tall and sturdy, while others were small and delicate. Flowers bloomed in a rainbow of hues, spreading their fragrance across the land. In the forests and fields He placed countless animals, both big and small. Mighty lions roamed the plains, while tiny ants busied themselves underground. He created the fish to swim in the sea, darting through the coral reefs and deep ocean trenches, and birds to soar in the sky, filling the air with their songs and vibrant plumage. Small insects that could fly and crawl inhabited every corner of the earth, each playing a role in the intricate balance of nature. God was very pleased with His creation. The world was a perfect, harmonious place, full of beauty and life. However, after creating everything, God felt the need for someone to take care of His creation, someone to oversee and nurture it. He decided to create a being in His own image, who would have the wisdom and responsibility to manage the world. From the earth, God formed the first man. He shaped him from mud, crafting him with great care and precision. When he was satisfied with his work, He breathed life into the figure, and the man became a living soul. God named him Adam. Adam opened his eyes and looked around in wonder. Everything was new and beautiful. The garden in which he found himself was lush and vibrant, filled with the sounds of birds singing and the scent of flowers in the air. "Where am I? Who are you?" Adam asked, seeing the majestic figure before him. "You are in my garden, the Garden of Eden," God replied. "I am your creator, your Lord. You can live in my garden all your life, enjoying all the beautiful things I created for you and taking care of them." "That's nice, but how did I get here?" Adam wondered, still trying to grasp the situation. "You are here because I chose to have you here," God explained. "You have been created in my likeness. You have power over everything I have created on earth. You are the master of everything, and you will take care of them as your own. This is my wish and my design." As Adam walked through the garden, he marveled at its splendor. Trees laden with fruit of every kind surrounded him, their branches heavy with delicious offerings. He could see animals of all shapes and sizes, each one unique and fascinating. Streams of clear, cool water flowed gently through the garden, providing nourishment to the plants and refreshment to the creatures that lived there. "I am so hungry. Can I have something to eat?" Adam asked. "My garden is filled with trees and plants bearing the most delicious fruits of all kinds," God said. "You are free to eat the fruits of any tree here, except for the tree that stands in the middle of the garden. That tree is called the tree of knowledge. If you eat its fruit, you will die." Adam nodded. nodded, understanding the command. The garden provided everything he needed. He explored every corner, naming the animals and plants he encountered. He called the mighty lion, the gentle deer, the colorful parrot, and the buzzing bee. Each name he gave was fitting and unique, reflecting the nature of the creature or plant. Yet despite the beauty and abundance around him, Adam felt a sense of loneliness. None of the animals or plants could be his true companion. God saw Adam's loneliness and decided to create a partner for him. One day, while Adam was in a deep sleep, God took one of his ribs and closed up the place with flesh. From the rib, God made a woman and brought her to Adam. When Adam woke up and saw her, he was filled with joy. "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh," Adam said. "She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." God named the woman Eve. She was beautiful and kind, a perfect companion for Adam. Together, they explored the garden, tending to the plants and animals, enjoying the fruits of the trees, and living in harmony with all of God's creation. Of all the creatures God created on earth, the snake was the most cunning and deceitful. It watched Adam and Eve as they went about their days, waiting for an opportunity to sow doubt and disobedience in their hearts. One day, while Adam was tending the garden, the snake slithered up to Eve and began to speak. "Hello, Eve," the snake said in a smooth, persuasive voice. "Hello," Eve replied, startled. "Who are you? I have never seen any animals speak here." "I have been in this garden before you and Adam arrived," the snake explained. "None of the animals talk because they believe Adam to be their master and are afraid to ask. God only speaks to you. He loves you more than any of us." "Oh, I see. And you are not afraid?" Eve asked, intrigued. "No, I am not," the snake replied. "I think you are good and kind. I am amazed by your knowledge and your strength. I can see why God made you in his image." "That's nice. So, what did you want to ask me?" Eve inquired. "I was just wondering. You eat every fruit from this garden except the one from the tree in the middle of the garden. Why is that?" the snake asked. "Adam told me that God has forbidden us to eat the fruit of that tree," Eve explained. "He said if we eat that fruit we will die." "I don't think that's true," the snake said. "I believe God knows that if you eat the fruit from that tree, you will become wiser and stronger, more like God." "The fruit sure looks tasty and smells good too," Eve admitted, looking at the tree in the center of the garden. "Yes, it looks amazing, and I'm sure it tastes better than anything you've had before," the snake encouraged. "I don't think anything will go wrong if you eat it. Go ahead, try it." Eve was tempted. She looked at the tree, its fruit glowing invitingly in the sunlight. She reached out, hesitated for a moment, then plucked a bright red, shiny fruit from the tree of knowledge. She held it in her hands, admiring its beauty. She then took a bite, savoring its sweetness. "It's delicious," Eve exclaimed. She then gave the fruit to Adam and asked him to take a bite as well. Adam, seeing Eve's enthusiasm, took a bite from the fruit. He smiled at Eve, and together they finished it. Immediately, a change came over them. Their eyes were opened, and they became aware of their nakedness. Shame and guilt washed over them, and they quickly gathered fig leaves to cover themselves. They felt a deep sense of unease and fear, emotions they had never experienced before. As they were hiding, they heard the voice of God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. God called out to them, "Adam, where are you? Eve, why are you trying to hide from me?" Adam and Eve trembled with fear. "Sorry, my father, we are naked and we wish to cover ourselves," Adam replied, his voice shaking. "But how did you know that you are naked? You were naked before and you were never ashamed. Why do you feel this way now?" God asked, his voice stern but sorrowful. "I don't know, Father," Adam stammered, avoiding God's gaze. "Did you eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the center of the garden? The one I told you not to eat from?" God questioned, already knowing the answer. "Forgive me, my father. Eve gave it to me and I ate it. I am sorry I disobeyed you, my God," Adam confessed, bowing his head in shame. "Eve, why did you do this? Why did you eat the fruit?" God asked, turning to her. "The snake tricked me into eating it. I was confused. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry, my God," Eve pleaded, tears streaming down her face. "I gave you everything you could possibly need. Anything your heart desired was available in this garden. I gave you only one rule to follow, but you disobeyed me. "You have both failed me," God said, his voice filled with disappointment. "Forgive us, my Lord. We will not make any more mistakes. Forgive us this one last time. We were unaware of the consequences. We thought it was just another tree. It was not our fault. It was the snake that confused us," Adam and Eve begged, their hearts heavy with regret. "The snake will get his share of punishment, but that does not free you from the consequences of disobeying me. Why did you find it so difficult to follow just one rule? You had everything else in this garden for yourself. Now, once you have eaten the fruit of the tree of knowledge, you can no longer stay in the Garden of Eden. You now know what is wrong and what is right. You must leave the garden at once and live the rest of your life on earth," God decreed, his judgment final. "But what will we do there, my Lord?" Adam asked, fear and uncertainty gripping his heart. "You will have to work hard, suffer, and grow your food from the soil of the earth. You will suffer pain and sadness, and finally, one day you must die. That is your punishment. Now go," God commanded, his voice echoing through the garden. With heavy hearts, Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden. As they walked away, they looked back at the paradise they once called home. The gate to the garden was closed behind them, and an angel with a flaming sword was placed to guard the entrance, preventing them from returning. Outside the garden, the world was harsh and unforgiving. The ground was hard, and thorns and thistles grew among the plants. Adam and Eve had to work tirelessly to cultivate the land and grow their food. They built a shelter to protect themselves from the elements and faced countless challenges and hardships. They experienced pain, sorrow, and loss, but also moments of joy and love. They had children, and their family grew, filling the earth with their descendants. Adam and Eve taught their children about God, his creation, and the consequences of disobedience. They shared the story of the Garden of Eden, hoping their children would learn from their mistakes and live in accordance with God's will. Years passed, and Adam and Eve grew old. They looked back on their lives with a mix of regret and gratitude. They had been given a chance to live in paradise, but had failed to follow the one rule God had set for them. Despite their mistakes, they had also experienced the beauty of life and the love of their family. On his deathbed, Adam spoke to his children and grandchildren, his voice weak but filled with wisdom. "Remember, my dear ones, to always follow God's commands. He loves us and wants the best for us. We may have made mistakes, but we have also learned and grown. Live your lives with love and respect for God and his creation." Eve, by his side, added, "We may have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, but we have found a different kind of paradise in the love and unity of our family. Hold on to that, and never forget the lessons we have learned." With those final words, Adam and Eve passed away, leaving behind a legacy of love, faith, and the importance of obedience to God. Their descendants continued to populate the earth, each generation learning from the stories passed down and striving to live in harmony with God's will. The story of Adam and Eve, their creation, and their fall from grace, became a foundational tale for humanity. It was a reminder of the importance of obedience, the consequences of disobedience, and the enduring love and mercy of God. Though they were cast out of the Garden of Eden, the lessons they learned and the wisdom they gained continued to guide their descendants, shaping the future of humanity. In time, the descendants of Adam and Eve spread across the earth, building civilizations, creating cultures, and developing languages. They faced challenges and triumphs, always carrying with them the knowledge of their origins and the story of the first man and woman. The tale of the Garden of Eden became a symbol of lost paradise and the hope for redemption, inspiring generations to seek a better life and a closer relationship with God. Through their faith and perseverance, the descendants of Adam and Eve sought to honor their legacy, striving to create a world where love, compassion, and obedience to God's will prevailed. The story of the Garden of Eden remained a powerful reminder of the consequences of disobedience and the enduring promise of God's love and forgiveness. And so, the legacy of Adam and Eve lived on, a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the eternal bond between Creator and creation. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the story of Adam and Eve, a tale that has shaped our understanding of creation, temptation, and redemption. We hope that this narrative has not only entertained you but also inspired reflection on the timeless lessons it imparts. As we close, let us remember the profound impact of our choices and the enduring love and mercy of God. The story of Adam and Eve is a reminder of the beauty of creation, the importance of obedience, and the hope for redemption. We invite you to carry these lessons with you and to share this video with others, sparking conversations about the foundational truths of our existence. Thank you for watching, and may this story continue to inspire and guide you on your own journey.